Alright, just got finished with the run. I almost decided not to go for a run because this Sunday, the Sunday before Memorial Day, have had a couple of alcoholic drinks. I've had 2 beers from a local brewery here in town, and 2 of those hard seltzer water things. So definitely didn't feel like going, but alas, I said alas, it's not in my vocabulary typically, but I'm on a YouTube video, so I used it. Anyway, yeah, so I went for a run, 3 miles. I have some new shoes. They're pretty basic Nike shoes. But yeah, I could definitely tell a difference. The shoes I had before this run were also Nike shoes, but I think I had them for either 2 or 3 years. I don't remember how many years. A lot of times when you're a parent, you kind of try to figure out how long ago something is based on how old your kids were. And I'm pretty sure Luke was in kindergarten when I bought those. Now he's going into the 2nd grade. So kindergarten first 2 years, I guess? Maybe almost 3? I don't know. I can't do math. So, that's 3. That's 3. Kindergarten, all of first, all of 2nd, so 3 years. So, yeah, I didn't realize how bad those shoes were until I ran with these shoes, and I feel much, much better. For some reason I thought that worn out shoes were more fit to your foot and therefore gave you more support, or I gave some weird justification for mine being a cheap skate. So, but anyways, I'm enjoying the shoes. On my run I had some reflection time. Thought about kids and the responsibility that they are for me and my wife, Lindsay. I was thinking about that today because at the brewery where I had those 2 beers, I definitely felt like, it doesn't happen very often for me, but I definitely felt like serving staff looked at us as a burden. Our kids were nuts, and we were definitely worried about that, but typically when kids are nuts, wait staff doesn't show. They're kind of usually pretty understanding. Maybe, I don't know, I might be wrong. We don't often take our kids out. We do take our kids out sometimes, and when we do take them out, it's to this brewery because they like the mac and cheese there. Anyways, I'm gonna move on from that. Kids are a huge responsibility, and I am thinking about that. I'm still reflecting on that huge responsibility, and I might bring it up on our podcast, Parenting versus Podcast with Lindsay. The other thing I was thinking about is this album by Emery that I was listening to on my run. It's called Eve. This band Emery, I listened to a lot in the mid 2000s, mid 2000s or mid aughts, whatever that weird first decade of 21st century is called, which we're now out of. I listened to them quite a bit. The album grew on me. When it was first released, I didn't like it a whole lot. It didn't catch me. And that might be because of how music is consumed today. Back in the mid-2000s, I might have bought an Emery album, and maybe I didn't like it the first time I listened to it then, but I had invested $13 or $14 or whatever it was into that album, so I felt like I should listen to it. Now I'm a subscriber to a music service, and that's not how it works. anyways, I've listened to it a few times now and I really like it. And the album that was really catching me today on the run, I think it's called Streets of Gold. And I'm not exactly sure the meaning that was intended on their end, but to me it's just talking, I think it's a hope that this Christian stuff of afterlife and all this other stuff, which can sound nuts, and it does sound nuts, is true, that you can be reunited with the people, the souls of those who are not here anymore, and the hope that they are in a place that might be a little bit like this, with clouds, maybe not a jet, maybe a jet, who knows, but like plants and trees and grass and rocks and all the science stuff that I think God is in anyway. The hope that those things, those people, those souls can be reunited. It's a beautiful song, I think, after a couple listens. So those are my thoughts. I might expound on those thoughts more in our podcast. I'm on summer break. I am a teacher, so I have lots of time right now. That's why I'm actually doing something like this, like running during the school year. I tried to exercise, but I didn't. So now I'm trying more. I even bought new shoes, as you can tell. So anyways, that's it for now. Talk to you later.